in the form of tuning into a live stream, is easy, accessible, and low cost. Live streaming in East Asia therefore has become a dominant force of entertainment, social interaction, and more. On the surface level, it does seem like a good thing if people are feeling lonely and they're able to fill this need through live streams. Streamers make great companions, but the intimate nature of streams makes it ripe for parasocial relationships to occur. The term parasocial is often talked about with streaming and refers to a one-sided relationship we form with someone who's usually unaware that we as individuals exist. Think celebrities, media figures, and fictional characters. It was first put forward by Horton and Wall in 1956. However, in 2021, Cowood and Daniel Jr. expanded on this definition, proposing that live streaming is actually more of a one-and-a-half-way relationship. Streaming is unique in the context of parasocial relationships because you actually have a chance at getting noticed by your favorite streamer. It's still not like a two-way relationship we have in real life with our friends or family, but it's much more reciprocal than coming out of a movie and Googling someone's entire life history. Given how easy it is for viewers to form attachments with streamers, this is quite a well-known topic within the streaming community. At times, it is cautioned against, and at times, it is exploited. In looking at the different streaming genres today within China, Korea, and Japan, we will see how different the experience can get depending on what need you're trying to satisfy and how parasocial one's attachment. To start off, we're going to look at China and delve into the murky world of neutral boards, the Chinese word for female streamers. Attractive female streamers flirting and suggestive with their audiences is most definitely not exclusive to China, but this industry is so popular that it warrants a different. So let's get started with China, into the world of pretty girls, lonely men, and exploitation of women. Live streaming is popular here. There are millions of millions of viewers in Australia. That is more people than the population of any country on earth, other than China and India. So how does live streaming get so big? How from a social cultural perspective, really pointed at the indigenous.
Quite the high caliber makeover.
Asian cities, rushing pace of never into hustle culture leads people to go online for entertainment, being too exhausted to do otherwise. In rural areas and lower tier cities, life may be slower paced, but the lack of entertainment options in real life also result in people going online. The combination of both rural and city populations seeking entertainment online has led to a boom in industries like live streaming. One top executive at a live streaming company states, "Rarely have occasion or places to spend time, money, and energy." And that pretty much summarizes things. Now, live streaming is a huge industry with many different genres. The one I'm focusing on today is one that is predatory.
Actually, I think we can get some food.
Search the area. We've got 3 Janus Science personnel missing.
and encourages parasocial behavior. Again, I need to emphasize that this isn't something that's specific to China, but it is a huge industry there. It is on boards, which is the Chinese word for female streamers, and already we can see some cultural differences. If I were to talk about Pokimane or 39 Deaf, I would introduce them as streamers. Yes, they're women and yes, they stream, but I wouldn't introduce them as female streamers. However, in China, this differentiation is made clear through the term 女主播, which also carries a strong stigma. Here's a quick taste of what media headlines with the word 女主播 is like, so you can see how the public perceives them. Pretty 女主播 forgot to turn off webcam and broadcast the entire footage of her undressing. Man charged with embezzlement, all to please a 女主播. 女主播, who is an anti-drug propagandist, proves to be a drug dealer. The last one is a tale as old as time. But as we can see, the term 女主播 in Chinese society is very intimately linked to the male gaze and carries some sexual connotations too. The way the media chooses to present 女主播 and the events they highlight come to influence how we perceive them. The industry is problematic, and it's not just because of 女主播, unlike what we're led to believe. This kind of media bias though is evident in many articles we'll come across, and half the time we don't even realize it. Social media makes this even worse because algorithms are designed to show us information that fits in with our existing beliefs and to shield us from different perspectives. That's why it's so important to be informed on not just
Time trooper. Also, probably a good gross doing that.
what you're consuming, but also
Just
where
miss
it's
that.
coming from. And that's exactly what today's
So,
sponsor,
yeah.
Ground News, does. Ground News is an app and website that compiles diverse sources to help you piece together the bigger picture. I'm a big supporter of their efforts to help us navigate the media's chaotic landscape, which is why I'm thrilled to have them sponsor today's video. Whilst doing research, I actually came across the story of Twitch expanding its ban on gambling live streams. Only 12 articles were published on it in the last 3 months, so if you don't get your news from these sources, you likely wouldn't have seen this. Ground News even shows that most of these articles come from center-positioned sources that are highly factual, telling me the story isn't likely so sensationalized. And when we look at how different articles headline the story, we can see two narratives, one focusing on the ban, the other on viewership being down 75%. Very interesting takeaways on the same event. As I cover China a lot in my videos, I like that on Ground News I can search up Chinese sources and see the political affiliation
Yep.
and factuality. I really appreciate that they include these sources as many platforms have removed them. All in all, I'm such a big fan of the transparency and power Ground News offers to us as consumers, especially given the current media climate. Personally, the way I've consumed news has changed, and if you would like to try this out for yourself, go to ground.news/ini to subscribe for as little as $1 per month or enjoy 30% off unlimited access. Thank you Ground News for sponsoring this video. Coming back to social cultural factors, there's some specific ones that will help explain the popularity of the infamous 女主播 industry in China. China's one-child policy, along with the age-old sexist tradition of favoring guys over girls, has led to a gender imbalance in China, where in 2020 there were 70 million more men than women. These men, left without a partner, increasingly turn to technology to satisfy their need for social interaction and intimacy. And the 女主播 industry, which features girls broadcasting their lives and encouraging parasocial relationships with their audience, quickly becomes a virtual girlfriend experience. The popularity of 女主播 streams have been a source of controversy in China because of the tie with sexual content. Chinese scholars have described the genre as vulgar, while scholars outside of China like Cocos have termed it as an entire industry of virtual girlfriends. Behind the scenes though, we'll find that the industry is predatory, but it exploits everyone. First, let's get a better understanding of the industry by looking at a true story of a 女主播 in China. She goes from earning 2 yuan a day to over 100,000 yuan a month. That is what some people's annual salaries are. Almost all of her income from that month comes from one person, someone called a big brother or 大哥. This interview was done by Story FM. I'll have them linked in the description, and it really highlights the problematic nature of the industry, which we will dissect right afterwards. So get comfortable because this is a ride. Our story starts with Xiao Xiao, an ordinary and bubbly girl who worked an office job. Xiao Xiao didn't enjoy the corporate hustle, and though she wasn't big on watching streamers, whenever she did, she always felt a bit envious of how easy their life looked. You just sat there, talked, played games sometimes, and the money would come rolling in from donations. Plus, you had all these fans who adored you. Xiao Xiao ends up quitting her office job, and she struggles in finding a new role as she spends her days at home. One day, she receives a notification on her phone, and it's a generic invite for people to start live streaming. Xiao Xiao looks at it and thinks, you know what, why not? So she clicks on it and starts streaming. Straight away, viewers pour in and comments flood her screen. She wasn't expecting this many people, so she runs to the bathroom intending to make herself look more put together. She ends up staying in that bathroom streaming for 2 whole hours, and when that was over, she felt this huge rush of dopamine. Her first stream ever earned her 2 yuan, which wasn't much, but her viewers encouraged her to continue, and that was all the motivation she needed. Xiaoxiao learned everything there was to streaming. She bought lighting equipment, did the proper setup, studied how other famous noodle boys greeted people and interacted with chat. As Xiaoxiao began streaming full-time, she still wasn't earning much, but she was okay with that. Instead, her biggest worry was on not boring her viewers. It turns out noodle boys before had ran into the same problem and they had it all figured out already. The answer was to do PK. PK stands for player killing, and it involves 2 streamers who verse each other in a challenge. However, whoever wins the challenge is determined by viewer votes. So if you have a sing-off and one girl obviously sounds worse than the other girl, but her viewers vote more for her, she still wins. The whole vote system is important to note because votes cost real money, and the incentive for the viewers to vote is not just to have their streamer win, but also have them avoid the punishment for losing. Keep this punishment rule in mind, it's quite crucial, but Xiaoxiao doesn't go into it in her interview, so we'll talk about this more afterwards. Xiaoxiao therefore starts doing PKs. During one of the matches, she versus a girl who was doing the absolute bare minimum, yet her fans were still going crazy over her. She's puzzled at first, but she quickly comes to realize it's because this streamer has a great figure. This girl was literally streaming on easy mode, so at the end of the day, maybe that's all the viewers cared about. Xiaoxiao changed up her attire to wear more revealing clothes, and her streaming content became more suggestive. The number of people watching her soared, and people stayed much longer in her broadcast. She was finally getting big. However, she was still missing something, or more specifically, someone. A dad or a big brother. Someone who will spend so much money on you that most of your income is from them. When Xiaoxiao meets her first dagger, she's completely unprepared. He sends her a donation that's more than what she would make in an entire night of live streaming. And then, after the stream, he wants to chat privately. She's shocked, but she accepts the request, and he immediately video calls her to tell her that he likes her, he's rich, and he's single. Xiaoxiao didn't know how to respond. She didn't know then that having a dagger supporting your stream meant that you had to send them good morning and good night messages, that you had to flirt with them a little in private. This dagger comes into her stream a few more times, and then he disappears. Xiaoxiao fumbled the bag in more ways than one, but she had learned her lesson. When the next dagger comes into Xiaoxiao's stream, she feeds him fantasies. As soon as she stops streaming, she begins her offline service with him. They talk for hours about life, struggles, everything and anything, and Xiaoxiao just wants the call to end. The dagger sends explicit pictures and messages, and Xiaoxiao goes increasingly uncomfortable because she doesn't see anything about it. In April, Xiaoxiao makes 100,000 yuan. Her earnings in this 1 month was double her average corporate salary, all thanks to the dagger. Xiaoxiao continues to spread her fantasies until the dagger wants to meet up for real. She freaks out because honestly, she had just wanted a sugar daddy without providing any sugar, which is probably the case for every noodle boy. She ends all communications and the dagger is left heartbroken. His solution to fixing heartbreak? Hopping onto a different noodle boy stream. Yeah. As for Xiaoxiao, after her sky-high earnings,
All the range time is paying off at least.
April, May took a big hit without that
Keep
dagger.
pushing.
She wasn't
We
making
need to
nearly
find out
the
what
same
caused
amount,
all
and
this.
it felt like to
Even
her,
if it
no matter
turns out it
how
was
long she was
us.
on stream for, the amount she made didn't even compare to a few minutes with that dagger. Her audience started saying she was no fun anymore, and Xiaoxiao's mood plummeted. Xiaoxiao never met another dagger, and she also stopped streaming. Looking back, she says she had given up a lot of herself in exchange for viewers, money, and fame. Though she has quit streaming, she wonders, after experiencing the high of such big paychecks, how could a normal office job salary ever compare? Xiaoxiao's summary of the industry in this Story FM interview was that here, if everyone plays their role properly, you can get whatever you want. And so, that is Xiaoxiao's story, and really our first look at what this industry is. So far, it feels like the YouTubers are the ones who are exploiting their lonely audience, feeding them promises they have no intention of carrying out. Whilst this is the case here, Xiaoxiao is one of the lucky ones because she has the luxury to regret this experience and chase other opportunities because she is educated. Many neutral boards are not like Xiaoxi. You may have seen images of social firms and agencies going around trying to capitalize on teenage schools. These agencies don't target women like Xiaoxi. Instead, they go for young girls and women who are disadvantaged, like coming from a rural background or being poorly educated. Some of you might be thinking, okay, so they're from a disadvantaged background, but couldn't this be cheating? We often see cases about how through live streaming, people who haven't benefited from China's economic advance, like rural farmers or less educated individuals, making it big because of the law. And that is true. Live streaming has helped immensely in lifting some disadvantaged individuals out of poverty, providing opportunities they never would have had before. Hence you see headlines now like China's poor women beg, they live stream. But is it right to equate day in a life as a farmer in rural China content to another disadvantageous situation, like being a single mother in the countryside and then having an agency tell you your only way out is to stream yourself in a very specific and provocative way? To expand on this point, I will introduce the idea of aspirational labor and desperational labor. Aspirational labor was proposed by Dutch, who's looking at female content creators and exploring what makes them post on social platforms. Because when you first start with putting out content, they will most likely not making any money to work. So why good? It's because these girls or women carry on forward with campaign. They want the lifestyle of because it's necessary to get to where they want to be, hence aspirational labor. Duffy also highlights the entrepreneurial nature of his work and how usually this career is tied to one's passions. Desperational labor, though, is what Wang puts forward as a foil to aspirational labor. She argues this especially for the case of girls live streaming in the Chinese context. Wang states that the decision to become a neutral board is often out of desperation. She gives examples of neutral boards that she's interviewed, like a divorced mother of two who states, "The environment is crazy, but I think I can do it." As my manager said, doing live streaming is the only desirable choice for a divorced woman who has to take care of her children. If I can have people supporting me in the pregnancy and before, my difficulty education will change. Through her response, we can clearly see that for women in disadvantageous positions, live streaming is considered one of the only legal ways to make a large amount of money in a short amount of time. Agencies romanticize neutral work in this way. But as with the Xiaoxiao story, there is more that goes on beneath the eyes. Even though Xiaoxiao doesn't tell the full story. If you remember, Xiaoxiao mentioned the existence of punishment systems, but she doesn't go into what it is. This is the other side to a neutral board's work, because female streamers don't just sell emotional intimacy, they also point out their misery and humiliation. This is called nighttime. An example of some of these streamers could be putting a trash bag over their head, spanking themselves on stream 100 times, and waxing out body hair with tape. All of these activities elicit feelings of shame and at times distress from the streamers. Whilst it's true that punishments have to be something you don't want to do, why do they choose such specific degrading acts? If you haven't realized it yet, the neutral board is not the main character of the stream. The main character is the dark girl, the big brother who funds her. One neutral boy who was interviewed says that if she performs a dance and the dark girl says that was bad, the whole chat will echo the same, and even she herself would join in by putting herself down. The same thing is happening here. By choosing a punishment that is intentionally upsetting, the neutral boy sets herself up perfectly to become a dancer. Therefore, even if she loses, the dark girl can go back into sweepingly by donating better after her loss. The performative impact looks very weird in the neutral board, and one actor in the industry pictures the punishment.
My bad. That was supposed to be one across the bows.
Agencies therefore are leading girls to believe that it is only by being forward or being punished that would get them to donate to them. In internalizing this belief, girls justify the profiting of their misery and objectify themselves, and presenting themselves to fit in no way. That's why these girls with the best punishment they don't really have to every time. Moving back to the labor, a big difference is also in how Duffy's exploration of aspirational labor is relatable for many content creators in all sorts of genres, being gaming, fashion, or who knows, social culture reasons. All this content is posted at first because the creators behind them are passionate about it, so it's a
Yeah, that makes sense ultimately, but like, at the end of the day, like, it's their choice, like, not forced to do shit. I mean, well, yeah, but like,
hobby workshop, after class, after work, and even on the weekend. The important thing is, most creators don't start out dependent on it. But it's different for new people because they are all in together. From the moment you start their agency, you're expected to spend 8 hours a day for weeks. So depending on people's money, the fastest way to get donation is to self-objectify, self-humiliate, and to give their viewers a parasocial fantasy. In addition, because most of the social tactics that were in the century for your own, neutral boards will start using manipulation tactics when they sense they're losing them. It's common for neutral boards to manipulate the boards to switch on when they notice that Dagger is absolutely strict, and some even slap Dagger during time. These forms of emotional blackmail and guilt are an extreme as well. One Dagger is that when he sees this, he will come back to give the neutral board donations. But his reasoning is inconsistent. One part is because he's trying to see them fight. But the second reason is because he doesn't want the other viewers in the stream to think he has no more money left to spend. So for the Daggers, it's not just about the intimacy they receive from the viewers, but also the responsibility. Since all the other viewers know that they're supposed to be if one day he doesn't deliver so much,
That must have been Dennis Griffin, church groundskeeper.
You're no
Good
longer a
guy.
Dagger if you have money. The thing is,
Seems
most
slugged
men
didn't stick
Daggers
around in the end,
are
though.
very well
Wonder what the key's for.
yet they still donate enormous amounts. The motive behind such big expenditures is shown through this exchange with a loyal viewer. After donating, does the noodle bot interact with you? Yes, she will read out my name and say thank you and that she loves me. Things like that. How does it make you feel? Amazing, like I have power, like I'm superior. I feel like I'm better than every man in her chat. I feel like I can rule the world. The transactional culture of neutral boy streams and the streamer's facilitation of intense parasocial relationships can easily lead to Daggers donating more than they can afford, and in extreme cases, tragedies occur. In 2020, a man gave his 3-year-old daughter for 80,000 yen and then proceeded to donate almost all of it immediately afterwards to his favorite streamer. The
nice boy.
between neutral boards, viewers, and Daggers through live streaming reveals how ideas of love, intimacy, and gender are changing in modern China. Men are not just satisfying their loneliness through streams, but they also get to demonstrate masculinity through accessing other Patreons and coming in to save the neutral boards when they're in distress. For many neutral boards, emotions are now a commodity to be auctioned, and the calculated vulnerability that
Normally I'd say don't
dark
mess with the
side,
classic,
how
but have you even
technology has
seen this
changed the way
thing?
we approach interpersonal relationships. It is as Xiaoxiao says, as long as you play your role right, you can get anything you want. But what does it cost you in order to play that role? It's a heavy start to this topic, so I hope you guys are all having a little comfort during quarantine. We're very deep in the personal laboratory of streaming, but streaming can and not just positive way. I mentioned having some levels because this next section might make you guys hungry. It's time to look at Korea and how mukbangs took over the world. If you've watched
Should I have warned you about my shocking lack of gum?
Have you ever wondered why? The fact that it's some of elderly human beings definitely adds to the when we're looking at situations like this, a large part of how we feel is easily just projected. Because that elderly person could be having an amazing day where they want to read it. So
Max Armor.
always been using those as bonding time, saying that anything a bit lonely. But on the other hand, that it wasn't a big deal for you or your family growing up, then seeing someone eat alone wouldn't necessarily mean they're lonely. Already, we are beginning to see some curious ties between culture, food, and loneliness. In this section, we'll be looking at mukbang, and I promise there's more to this genre than just videos of people putting cheese on everything. If you've never heard of mukbang before, let me explain. Mukbang comes from the Korean words mungmung and kamsung, and refers to gatherings of people eating. Mukbang has become such a global phenomenon that it's in the Oxford Dictionary, with some of the biggest channels in mukbang around the planet having 30-something million subscribers ever.
It's pretty shit.
Over 1 billion views on their most popular video. Mukbang is evidently very popular on YouTube. The content here is usually edited and condensed to just someone eating their meal without much talking. However, in Korea, mukbangs originated as a live stream, and that's our first key point of differentiation. The fact that mukbangs were broadcasted opens up the experience to a more conversational and interactive. But this raises some questions. Why live stream yourself eat, and why do people watch this? By looking into this section, you'll also see how much content has changed, and how it's transformed a the first
I hope your asshole friends are paying attention.
Culture. You'll notice that in some places, if you eat out, people order for themselves, and then in other countries, the norm would be to order dishes for everyone to share. In Korean culture, food sharing plays a very big role. The idea that food is meant to be shared is apparent if you eat Korean food. One example being pansang, which are Korean side dishes that are meant to be shared by everyone, so it's very communal. Another popular example is having K-barbecue, where everyone cooks on the same grill and shares the same food. Food sharing also occurs at
Why does it taste of
weddings or big moments.
tattered dreams and
Because Korea is a
paraffin?
collectivist society, a lot of
I'm
traditions
going to regret this, aren't I?
Sharing food is also a time is a very important concept. And it's
Is it my birthday?
But let me give you one first. Tong is a sense of collective social responsibility. It's a warm and fuzzy idea of everyone being tied to everyone. So we should look into it. Let's illustrate this with some examples. Tong is your neighbor noticing and fixing your other times that you before you go. And it's the bus drivers in Korea greeting passengers and reminding them to hold on tight, as opposed to having a silent
Insta-kill.
There isn't really an equivalent for Tong in English. This is due to Western societies being more individualistic, whereas the idea of Tong is very much rooted in collectivist values. That also means there are many similarities when you compare within East Asia. Tong in itself is derived from the Chinese word qing. In Chinese, this word is more about the feelings you hold in your relationships, and there's also a sense of reciprocation. For example, doing things because they're a family, that's qingqing, or because they're friends, that's youqing. You wouldn't really consider strangers as much, unlike the Korean Tong, which is very much maybe I have found an English equivalent. In Japan, the word is pronounced zuru, which refers to emotions. When we add the character ninja refers to compassion, and that's also rooted in
Another tango identified.
to
Many
show
kinds of East freaks are there?
Therefore, amongst the East Asian cultures, this is very common.
We're going to be smelling that for a while, I fear.
Food sharing is also important to Korean culture because it facilitates ties, and you can also see these ties through the with the greeting "밥 먹었어?" often itself. Since eating together eating by yourself has been seen as a social taboo in Korea. However, the stigma associated with eating alone is a lot better now. One big reason being the rapid individualization of Korean society. 1 in 3 households in Korea in 2021 were single-person households.
Ooh,
This number is only
right in the
projected to
amygdala.
increase. As more and more people live by themselves, eating becomes an increasingly lonely thing. And this leads us to mukbang first started almost 2 decades ago and gained popularity on a live streaming website called Africa TV. The live streaming aspect of mukbangs provided an experience of eating food together online to cope with the isolation of physically eating alone. Related to the idea is the word commensality, which refers to a practice of a group of people eating together. Digital commensality is exactly what mukbang provides, and the conversation carried out during live stream
Whoever this
between the
doctor is,
streamer,
they need to be
known as a
struck
broken
off.
stocking player, and the viewer restored a sense of intimacy while eating. Mukbangs emerged from a lot of social media, but this may have gotten lost in translation as the genre has exploded in popularity worldwide. Mukbang videos, as we mentioned, have taken over YouTube, and fans like watching these videos for a bunch of reasons, but not all of these reasons are good. I do need to give a trigger warning now before we proceed, because in the next part,
It's available for exfil.
disorders. If you would like to avoid this topic, please skip ahead to this timestamp. Social and cultural factors have led to the emergence of mukbang in Korea, but there are some more straightforward reasons as to why it's popular. Other than benefits of companionship and social interaction, which comes with watching almost any live stream, mukbang watchers also comment on being entertained, like enjoying the food challenges, ASMR sensations, which has been get TV feelings from hearing something sound, educational aspects, like learning recipes and watching how food is prepared, visual aspects, which is watching attractive people cook or eat, and last but not least, a vicarious aspect, where you watch someone else eat and it feels like you're eating it too. Sometimes it's not related to eating disorders, so again, if you're uncomfortable and you're still here, please don't be watching someone eat the first one is the shift from mukbang genre, which was created to alleviate now becoming a way to alleviate mukbang comment sections are frequently filled with comments that reveal societal pressures on maintaining a certain body weight, as well as a mixture of insecurity and admiration, with mukbangers who eat a lot and still don't eat. If you haven't watched mukbang before, these are some of the things mukbangers find interesting. There is a lot of the mukbanger is binge eating behavior, and viewers also expect to eat a lot. Mukbang videos can therefore skew out things because mukbangers seem to eat so much and Therefore, viewers frequently question how this is possible. When McDonald's skip meals to eat one big meal a day, do they work out of it? Is it a metabolism or do they metabolism? Regardless of many McDonald's perpetuate the narrative that you can eat all the food this is only research done by companies 6,000 McDonald's. The most popular food eaten was fried chicken. Out of these videos, 84% of them featured binge eating behavior. Though mukbangers eat a lot, they never show any discomfort with eating that much food. Broadcast jockeys used to feature big meals in their live streams so they could stream for longer. But in a condensed 10-15 minute video on YouTube, it's just a mukbanger eating the whole time, non-stop. With eating being the central focus of mukbang YouTube videos, there will undoubtedly be a lot of comments on the mukbanger's weight and their relationship with food. Strand and Gustafsson's paper in 2020 highlights the relationship between mukbangs and disordered eating with a range of comments such as envy and amazement. How is this going like that? I simply breathe.
Suspending Expo for now. You're on your own.
Bruh, she'd 8 carb rice, 20 eggs, and gains nothing. I ate a piece of fruit and gained 4 billion pounds. Don't come at me for not reading the number out properly. I know you don't do it exactly. Some viewers need to explain how this and shapes and traits. In fact, over 209 other viewers openly discuss theories and this sounds cynical, but I wouldn't be surprised if most of them purged after this. 10,000 calories is a ton, especially if you're an influencer and use the package work. It's not like one is truly considered or when it comes to food, the caption on the front that unhealthy and consciously, this comes down to two extremes. Using these videos to have specific food intake and being influenced by mukbangs to binge eat. We can see mukbangs being used for diet he eats, I lose weight. I'm eating 3 meals and I haven't eaten a full meal in 3 days. So this is what I eat. On the other hand, some viewers attribute the binging behaviors due to mukbang. Mukbang made me binge food in larger amounts and normalized it for me, so I started watching them. I literally blocked the channels that were and after 2 years in recovery, watching mukbangs
Splendid. If not quite
although
so
the majority
splendidly
of people
priced.
find mukbangs to be entertaining, there is a minority that viewed the content and then used it in a business way. Mukbang's emergence in Korea had social cultural ties that were lost in the process of it going global. Moreover, the fallout of mukbangs going from live streams to condensed, edited videos only further highlights
Smack bang right between the peepers.
many long-time watchers come from what was initially a sweet thought, finding company for paying people to eat alone to now an dual stream eating. When it comes to mukbang, I don't think there's anything
You be a dear and don't leave a girl
the
hanging.
emergence in Korea held deep
To be fair, the Russian agents I hunt aren't usually that
now
obvious.
there's only one more Russian generation. If you reverse your of this video, we will be looking at the picture and the rise of features. In all these sections, we follow the case.
So let's not do that.
It will be an understatement for me to say that it's in Japan. It's a huge country. With a patent prosperity index ranks Japan in the top 10% of economic growth. But in terms of social capital, which measures how strong professional and personal relationships are, Japan ranked 141st out of 167 countries. How can a country be in the top 20 for its economic strength, but rank almost in the bottom 20 in the world for
This thing's gonna
professional
kick like a
relationships?
fucking mule,
There have
isn't
been
it?
many indicators signaling growing
Ask Dr.
loneliness in
Mohan.
Japan. A stressful
Joined
work
16
focus
last
and
year.
overtime, a
Nice
high
enough
number
guy,
of
but
stable
weird.
households that continues to grow, and a cultural shift in leaning into technology particularly. For example, the therapeutic robot Puddle is
That's the wiring for the jet gun.
Kari Asma. These options were marketed more for one-on-one and for communal interaction, live streaming is a tried and trusted choice. In 2016, technology would come in again to really change up this industry. Change came in the form of a YouTuber by the name of Kizna Ai. She made history because she wasn't just a YouTuber. She was the world's first virtual YouTuber, or VTuber for short. How do VTubers work? They're made of 3 components. The first is a 2D avatar, which is Kizna Ai as the viewer sees her. The second is the Nakano Hito, meaning the person within, referring to the voice actor. And the final component is the rigging equipment that transposes the Nakano Hito's expressions and actions onto the 2D avatar. Kizuna Ai's design modeled off the anime girl aesthetic brought to life a fantasy of getting to interact with anime characters that had the same personality and depth a real person has. As a result, VTuber live streams emerged as an alternative to real person streams, and here the otaku subculture and community was more vibrant. However, for all that Kizuna Ai did, it would be wrong of me to have you guys think that she was groundbreaking because she was the first virtual being in Japan. Japan has a history of virtual idols. Kizuna Ai was simply the first virtual YouTuber. Back in the mid-1990s, you had the first virtual idols appear through Tate Kyoko and Terayuki, but Japanese virtual idols only became known internationally through Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku was a Vocaloid, or a singing voice synthesizer, and musicians, animators, and other fan creators could remix her into their works. This allowed her to be shared within communities and as well. Japanese scholar emphasizes part of a Japanese tradition that ties souls to lifeless objects. The tradition that he's talking about here is Ningyo Chori, which is Japanese puppetry. At the point of traditional Japanese performance art, the three figures covered in all black would be a puppet, and a narrator would bring the story to life. Japanese researcher Hidari adds into this as he states that VTubers
I'm feeling suddenly volatile. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Performance, there's a suspension of disbelief. They don't think, oh,
We parks come from holiday stock.
They expect them to use puppets as similar mindset is exactly because we see neighbors avatar, the stream accepts the virtual art. But even accepting this is expanded on further by Kobayashi, who sees VTubers as a sort of digital kigurumi, which is a costumed character, like these onesies that had everyone in a chokehold in 2014. Himune Kozawa then expands on the link between kigurumi and VTubers by stating that it traditionally represented a desire to transform. So given this corporate context, the desire to be a fictional character embodied by VTubers is not unique in Japan. For those that don't express themselves in the virtual world like a VTuber, I have some bad news for you. Unlike other live streaming genres, VTubing has a high barrier to entry. This is because being a VTuber is costly. You have to get someone to draw and animate a virtual avatar for you, and then also invest in the right rigging and streaming setup. That's why many big VTubers that you'll see are not independent, but instead signed to an agency. Another perk of being with an agency, other than them covering these costs, is that they can invest significant amounts of marketing budget before new VTubers debut in order
Smoke
to
'em if you got 'em. I suspect this will be a long night.
If this sounds beneficent of the idol industry to you, it's because it is. Many VTubers have a debut stream, and when the VTubers retire, the final stream is called a graduation. One of the biggest VTuber agencies, HoloLive, makes it a point to debut their VTubers as idols. Just like how idols are marketed to love their fans, VTubers are positioned similarly, and therefore the infamous idol dating restrictions also apply to them. For example, HoloLive turned out one of the biggest VTubers to a scandal which seems to although in this case, I do need to emphasize that part of why there was such big backlash was the fact that Lucia actively encouraged intense parasocial relationships with her fans during the streams, and she even had engagement rings in public as well. Therefore, the dating scandal was not controversial, because those who felt the those who
Fuck you, and you, and you.
In other genres, such as gaming,
and you
with
as well.
virtual idol games like Love Live and the Idol Master receiving a lot of love from the Japanese public. So importing the
Call me
idol
old-fashioned,
culture
but I
over to
prefer my
VTubers
fizzy
makes
drinks
sense.
lump-free.
You can see it also comes with many of the same restrictions. More generally though, the appeal of a VTuber isn't just with how they have an anime aesthetic or how they're presented.
You might need to rethink which is your best side.
Agencies like HoloLive often have set personas and the idea that you can recognize these big agencies and choose the type that you want to both in terms of looks and personality. And then when you go on to the stream, the expectation is that people will actually engage on the stream. When we look at the content of the VTuber industry, let's take a deeper look at what it's like. First, let's take a look at it from a streamer's point of view. There's actually a concept here that's relevant to not just VTuber streamers, but streamers in general, and even you and I. It's called self-presentation, and it was
Invigorating.
External window is open.
On to the next.
Thinker argues that we shouldn't see self-presentation as
Being known as consolidation is nothing to be proud of.
feel accurate.
Do you hear me,
In relation
Adler?
to streamers, streaming is a constant depiction of self-presentation. Viewers tune into the stream wanting an experience that feels authentic but is fun at the same time. So streamers need to balance being real to themselves and being performative. Honestly, streamers have a turn. In terms of an experience more specific to VTubers, research done by Timur in 2022 looked at English-speaking VTubers on Twitch, and there were some great insights. Many interviewees mentioned that after finishing a stream, it was actually quite jarring to see their face reflected in the mirror. As a VTuber, because you're constantly looking at your tubing self on screen for
Bloody hell,
hours
did I
and
just drink
hours,
lighter
slowly
fluid?
becomes how you perceive yourself. So coming back into the real world can be disorientating. Streamers also mentioned being very grateful towards their communities, but some interviewees brought up how their experience is very different to how people treat them in real life. One streamer referencing the parasocial people are so problematic. I've never had this problem in my life, not once, not until I started VTubing. What the streamer observed is termed by Sula as the online disinhibition effect, and this is largely because of the anonymity the internet provides. Unlike in the real world, because your actions aren't tied to your identity, there are far less consequences. Therefore, viewers are much more likely to express thoughts that wouldn't be accepted in real life. Further, if viewers develop a very intense parasocial relationship, they may think their actions are acceptable because they think they are much closer to the streamer than they actually are. Another observation from one of the streamers was that they felt like a portion of their community was incredibly lonely. Whether they were missing a romantic partner or just some kind of social interaction, it was clear to them that they were using VTubers to fill that gap. Whilst the streamers in the interviews all said that they did not condone parasocial relationships, many VTubers do present a girlfriend or boyfriend experience. Agencies will also often encourage parasocial relationships by presenting the streamers as subjects of romantic fantasy. We can see this gender merge. Normally in relationships, marriage is seen as the ultimate end goal.
Snooze, you
And here
lose.
you have it.
Exfil window
marriage.
closed.
Finally, something that is very unique to being a VTuber is how despite their online fame, the Nakano Hito's identity is something that is kept very hidden. This is both a pro and a con. In terms of pros, evidently the Nakano Hito is able to receive a lot of the benefits that come with having fame without any downside. Nakano Hitos are able to sounds that are good, a job that you enjoy, and still have privacy when you go out. But the situation is definitely a double-edged sword because of two reasons. First, it's crucial that the real identity is not open. That is what includes the illusion of the VTuber persona. If you're not a VTuber, things could be different. But in the agency, Nakano Hito identities are kept secret. Luckily, the corporate interests for preserving information. The community and viewers recognize the terms of privacy, so people don't go digging for information, and discussions or attempts to dox VTubers are banned. For the streamers themselves, the need to use privacy means that the VTuber is probably keeping them from being raised in real life. Now let's look at it from a viewer's perspective, and I've summarized some of the great findings by Lou and others here. These points mainly revolve around creativity, connections with anime, memes.
I'm fucked hard to like do this. I should really stop. Didn't watch long because I don't add anything. It's just stealing. I get better. I'm like in my opinion now for Josh Lux.
Not interfere with the work being performed on your behalf by members of the emergency services. Safety is our top priority. Thank you for your cooperation.
I need to feel my GPU. Why is it fucking leaking? Oh my god. Leaking. My fucking god, why is he? Ah, there, man. I should get broken my taste buds. Holy shit. Oh, my ears are working.
All right, Riffle. Let's see what you've been keeping locked up in here. A handbrake. The hell did Riffle plan to do with that?
I have to get my shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm back, guys. Sorry if you guys missed me. I doubt you did. Oh, fuck, this is getting so much for me. Be honest, guys, my tummy hurts. My tummy. I know, like, it was like, crazy, like, because my mom for some reason, like, has, like, major, like, tummy issues. Or something's like, how it's but yeah. Did anything else with, like, three tummy issues, and then Carter could be still a cheeseburger, you mean? But I think it's the cheeseburger. Wait. Okay, that's why. Let me fix it. Sorry about that, guys. Wait a minute, the fuck? Oh, no, it's not. Big as the NAS.
That's Dr.
Or could be
Marine.
talking about the.
Joined the physics team last year. Nice enough guy, but weird.
Max armor.
Yeah, it's really focused on survivability.
Prepare to be hoisted by your own petard. A snoot that big with an equally oversized rolled up newspaper.
Guess that one was done beating his body. Watch your six. There's gotta be more crawlers out there.
efficient. I didn't come here to fuck around.
Repair armor full armors.
Max ammo.
Do I have clearance to... You know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it anyway. Throwing frag. The fuck down! That's all she wrote. Sit the hell down, tin can.
Double points.
Told you I'm a crack shot.
Bonus points.
back to base with your name on it.
Freeze it, arms! Good! Now you're gonna want to pick that travel mod to go with it.
Look at the Vault Easter egg.
Hey, need to shut down that pickup offer for now, Jim.
Dark flare activated. Wow, this is a real ray gun.
The first house that close here. Seems like it's just 0-0.
Using stun. Throwing stun.
That's gonna attract some attention. Keep the hostiles clear. We need to build pressure behind that valve.
Chopper gonna close out.
Valve blue. Need to keep checking the pressure on that crank.
Extraordinary circumstances require extraordinary measures.
Time for games is over. Stop lollygagging and suck it up.
Got eyes on the dark ether fields? You're clear of them, copy.
Makes me want to run away from my own taste buds. Fuck you, you, and you. And you. Oh, and you as well.
That's so bad.
Gonna take this jab? Maybe a martini. Actually, maybe just the martini. Bloody hell, did I just drink lighter fluid? Quick, clean, efficient. Molotov going out. That's a grenade out. You might need to rethink which is your best side.
Here you are.
You need to hit the exit button. We're ready.
Chopper gonna run my location.
Go bird headed to refuel.
Another of my 9 gone. He's fast when the devil drives. Feels like we've got their measure.
Max ammo.
Caliber makeover.
Exfil window is opening.
Gather up, people. We are leaving.
Roger that. Bird headed your way.
LC's crowded. Get it under control.
I hope you're all so friends are paying attention. Throwing stuff.
Half a mic. We'll get left behind. Last call. This bird won't wait.
Sentry turret live. Concussion grenade out.
Why is it fucking this? Okay, test, 1, 2, test. Yeah, it does. And up next.
Just one card.
This is nothing. Looking good so far. What next?
Oh my.
Fresh potions.
Go ahead.
Come get your
Spoil yourself.
spices and herbs.
That poor kid. You're fine. Here, he's sleeping when he talks to me. Basically something. Okay. Talk to you guys second. I just don't like beer. I know like how much living on my watching, but like beer's gross. Like tastes like dog shit, man. It tastes like you know what? I might fucking piss in the cup and drink that shit. See what it tastes like. But I think it tastes like piss.
group of no good losers.
Give me an ale and a turkey leg and I'll be a happy man.
Oh my.
So badly at one point taken a blunder. I gotta watch it for the different care from Jagger Deathlight. What's that? Never heard of that shit. Yeah. Fuck. There's no embarrassing. No. Fuck, I'm failing. No, please no laughing. No, please no. Okay.